You had all day. The whole day was yours. And somehow, you did everything except the one thing that actually mattered. You cleaned your room. You answered messages. You watched a video about being productive. And then it's night again, and the task is still there, waiting, bigger than before. So you promise yourself tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll be different. Tomorrow you'll finally do it. But somewhere inside, you already know how tomorrow goes. Most people call this laziness. You probably call yourself lazy too. But here is something strange. Lazy people do not feel bad. And you feel terrible. You feel guilty, anxious, frustrated with yourself. That guilt is a clue, because laziness does not care, and you clearly do. So if it is not laziness, what is it really? Here is the truth almost no one tells you. Procrastination is not a time problem. It is an emotion problem. You are not avoiding the task, you are avoiding a feeling. Think about it. Every task you delay is attached to something uncomfortable. Maybe it is boredom. Maybe it is confusion. Maybe you are scared you will do it badly. Maybe it feels too big and you do not know where to start. The task itself is not the enemy. The feeling it triggers is. And your brain hates that feeling. Because your brain has one priority above almost everything. Remove discomfort now. Not later, now. So the moment a task makes you feel bad, your brain looks for the fastest exit. And avoiding the task works instantly. The second you look away, the discomfort disappears. You feel relief. And relief feels like a reward. So your brain learns something dangerous. Avoiding equals feeling better. And every time you procrastinate, you are not being weak. You are being trained. That is why willpower alone never fixes it. You are trying to solve a feeling with force. You tell yourself, just be disciplined, just push through. But you cannot discipline your way out of an emotion you refuse to look at. The feeling is still there, waiting, every time you sit down. And here is the part that surprises people the most. You often procrastinate hardest on the things you care about the most. Because when it matters, the fear of doing it badly is bigger. So procrastination becomes a shield. If you never really try, you never really fail. Staying stuck feels safer than being judged, even by yourself. But that safety has a price. The task does not disappear. It grows. The guilt grows with it. And slowly, you stop calling it a habit. You start calling it your identity. I am lazy. I am undisciplined. I am just like this. But you are not. You are someone avoiding a feeling, and feelings can be worked with. So here is how you actually start. Not with more pressure, with less. The first shift is to name the feeling. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding feeling right now? Boredom? Fear? Overwhelm? The moment you name it, it loses some of its power. The second shift is to shrink the task until it is almost too small to matter. Not write the essay, open the document. Not go to the gym, put on your shoes. Not fix your whole life, just do the next 2 minutes. Because your brain does not fear small things. It fears big, vague, heavy things. A tiny first step slips under the radar of the fear. The third shift is to separate starting from finishing. You do not have to do it well. You do not have to do all of it. You just have to begin. Because motion creates motivation, not the other way around. You do not wait to feel ready and then act. You act, and feeling ready follows. And the last shift is the hardest. Stop punishing yourself. Guilt feels productive, but it is fuel for the loop. The worse you feel, the more you avoid. People who forgive themselves for procrastinating actually procrastinate less next time, because they are no longer afraid of their own desk. So the next time you freeze on something that matters, do not ask what is wrong with you. Ask what feeling you are trying to escape. Then make the first step so small it feels almost silly, and begin before you feel ready. Because you were never lazy. You were just protecting yourself from a feeling. And the moment you stop running from it, the task stops being a threat, and it finally becomes something you can simply begin.